Hey, welcome. Demetrius Sullivan here, coming to you again with some tips on internet marketing and sales to help you blow your business up. This video, you're going to definitely like this because I'm going to save you a lot of money, And the reason why I say that is because this video, I'm going to tell you the mistakes I personally made and how you can avoid when it comes to trying to close the deal and getting that money for the deal. So if you're at a table of any sort, closing table, negotiation table, and you're with the buyer who wants to buy your product or service, here is how you avoid losing it. Number one, never leave the person alone. For whatever reason, I know there's some instances where you might have to walk away, or they have to walk away, or they have to make a phone call. Try to avoid all of that. Everything, like hold all phone calls, hold all, prior engagements, or you trying to get up, or whatever it is. The reason why I say that is because if you leave the customer, if you leave the person who you're trying to close, if you leave them alone, then what they'll do is they're gonna start reasoning and they're gonna start talking themselves out of the situation. People are always looking for a reason not to do something. If they're unsure about a product or service and they know they want it, they know they want to do it, they got the money, and then there's just many other thoughts that they try to think to talk themselves out of it. So a personal experience I had was I was at a closing table with a prospect that needed a website, and we were going through the whole presentation, and I was showing them this. I'm like, yeah, you can get this. This is helpful. You got that. Look at this feature. And then they're telling me, yeah, I like that. Can we do this? And then they said, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bank. Okay, so I'm like, okay, so I normally don't like doing this, but whatever. So I let him go. So he went away to go get the money from the bank, and then he came back and said, like, look, I just thought it over, give me 2 or 3 days, and then I'll get back to you. I just need to be 100% sure that I want to do this. So I was just blown away because we talked over 2 weeks. You told me you wanted this, and I presented everything. We were in agreement, and then all of a sudden they backed out of the deal. So I'm not blaming other people. I take full responsibility because I let him go to, on his own, to reason why he should not do this with me. So do not leave them alone. You want them to be constantly with you so you can get that deal. So another mistake in order for you to avoid so that you can get the deal, that would be never trust that you got the deal until you got the money in your hand, your account, until the transaction is complete. Trust me when I tell you, I've had clients where we were at the meeting, they wanted the service, I got them everything they needed, we signed the agreement, and then come to find out they don't have the money to do it. Or they backed out even after we had the appointment. So is it really a closed deal if you didn't get any money? That's the question. Like, so in my opinion, it's not really a closed deal because nobody won. They can't get the service if they don't pay it, and then we don't get paid. So close the deal and get the payment, I'm telling you. So another thing would be to tell them to justify why they want something like this. When you're at the table and you're at the part where it's time for them to start talking about payment, you want to start pulling out as much as you can from this person and helping them reason why they should do this. Because people, the entire time, people have concerns about price. Should I do this? I don't even know if it's worth it. Should I put this money elsewhere? Like, I don't know if this is the right thing. So you, as the person who's trying to close them on using, you know you're helpful. You know that you can do this for them. You know it's going to help them, but they're not sure. So you want to help them reason. So ask them a question like, hey, let me ask you this. Before we get this deal closed, how do you, if you're already making money right now, and you already have, you already have some business going on. Tell me why, tell me this. How do you justify spending X amount of money for this? So this may not sound like something you want to ask them, but you want to ask them that because you want them to convince themselves to buy it. So ask them so that they can reason. How would they justify spending this much money? They're going to be like, oh, because we really need it, and it'll help the company, and I know this is helpful for me and all of that. So then now you two are in agreement. But those are just some tips I want you to avoid, some tips that I personally, some mistakes I personally made. But my name is Demetrius Sullivan. I come to you with tips on sales and internet marketing to help blow your business up. Leave me a comment. Share some mistakes that you have. My name is Demetrius Sullivan, and I'm out.